when it comes to Traptrix, you don't think about putting some of these cards in your deck because it might clog, it might break, might be a little too much. But think about it when you play Traptrix because Traptrix is one of those decks where if you build it correctly and you add enough engine cards, you can make this deck one of the most powerful decks in the format. And now we're gonna talk about this first card, one of the most powerful cards. Pressure Planet Racehorse coming out of 4th-time Hypernova. The best thing about this card that you can add this next card coming up, Cash Terra Fenrir. And this is not a mark watch, this is more for cards I would recommend picking up. Cash Terra Fenrir as well, selling about $37. This card also, if you don't have the money, do not worry about picking these two engines up. But the best thing about it is this card easily, because you can special summon on your first turn. First it's gonna be the first card you usually summon if you have this in your hand, or you got like Terraforming or a card get you to Pressure Planet. But if you don't have the money, do not worry about it. These are just some cards I recommend picking up. Another card, there's 3 copies of it in your deck, of course. There's 3 rarities, 3 printings, Parallel Exceed. Pretty much what this card does, if you don't know, if you link something, you can special summon this card from your hand to your zone that link monster points to. Pretty much you'll go Traptrix Sarah. If this is in your hand, you link summon the first one to that, and you special summon the second one out of your deck, and then you go to a rank 4 like Reflasia or any other of these. But I recommend Reflasia that you play around Nib, because you go 1, 2. Parallel Exceed will play into the 5th, because Reflasia will be the 5th, but you'll also have that card get you into Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I would definitely recommend playing. Lord of the Heavenly Prison. This is another card. Say, well, you can reveal this in your hand when you have set cards. If this card is special summon, then if it was revealed, you can set 1 card directly from your deck, but banish it during your end phase the next turn. What the card you would usually summon would be like a dimensional barrier, some kind of trap that you can use proactively to just stop your opponent if you know what your opponent's playing. Gallic Granite, this card right here. This card will search you either Lord of the Heavenly Prison or Nibiru the Primal Being. This is also a good card, Divine Arsenal Double Zeus, because you can overlay it, clear the board, and then start playing it all over again. The best trap, I would recommend Dimensional Barrier. This is the trap I would recommend. If you want to play this in Traptrix, I would recommend picking up any one of these copies. There's 6 copies. I think 3 of them are commons. Albert Strike is the last copy. You can pick up any of these. Pretty much you use him, summon off the rock. The main thing you want to do is, when you summon him off that, you would automatically just flip it right off your turn. That's me if your opponent goes. Z summon, you flip it right there then. Call XYZ, then in that turn. You always want to make sure that you use it proactively, that you don't lose it during the end phase. Y'all granted gets the Bureau and Lord of Heavenly Prison that gets you Dimensional Barrier, and then Divine Arsenal Double Zeus will be the card you overlay, and then you wipe your opponent's board. Now another set of cards you can play are Lady Labyrinth, because it says if a Labyrinth card or effect or a normal trap card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card. When a normal trap card is activated, you can, and while this is on field, quick effect, you can set 1 normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. And this is another, if you want to go this route, This one's a little more expensive. That's me. I don't recommend it. But if you have the money, you can, or if you already have copies, I would recommend going this route as well, because you can also go with lovely libraries, because your opponent cannot activate monsters effect in response to the activation of a normal trap card. You can target one normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap effect, you can destroy one card in your opponent's hand or field. And your hand is random. But you can have this card as well. This is about $3 if you want to go into it. Big Welcome Labyrinth, Full-Time Hypernova, of course. $5. You could use this to get to these two, or you could use Big Welcome Labyrinth to get to Ariana. If you don't have the money, I would not recommend shelling out the money unless you have tested, Traptrix or Labyrinth or Traptrix Labyrinth. I feel like those two decks could be played together within a good amount, because you don't use a lot of the Traptrix cards, and you don't use a lot of Traptrix monsters. Plus, you have a small 8-card window to fit in some Labyrinth cards. You can play like 2 of this, because you can set it off. You can set it off. What's the card? You can set it off Lord of Heavenly Prison, and then, or you can set it off Lady Libraries, and then just go right into it, flip it, get another monster. This card you could use well. If a trap card is active, you can set one number trap. But the only thing about this with number trap, it's gotta be a card that can be activated when an attack is declared, like a Mirror Force. That's why that's 50-50. But you can if you want. You also play a field spell that will help pop a card in your field during your opponent's turn if needed, or pop a card on your turn to destroy one of the cards your opponent plays. But if you want to combine Lab and Traptrix, that's up to you. These are just extra cards to help your Traptrix deck get a little better. Golden Match recommended, because there's a lot of decks that play different attributes. In Traptrix, majority plays Plant and Insect, with Earth being their attribute. That's me. You can play Golden Match and get away with it. I probably definitely recommend picking up Golden Match if you can. You got Borrow Soul Dragon if you want to go for OTK. The reason I said Borrow Sword over Access Code, that Access Code, even if you can, you're only gonna get one, at most 2 pops. If you play like another monster in your extra deck, that's like utility, like a Nightmare card. But Borrow Soul Dragon, you just take whatever monster, get the attack boost. It's like, because with Borrow Soul Dragon, you can target one attack position monster, change it to defense position. Also, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Turn when this card declares attack or face up monster, you can activate this effect till the end of this turn. This game's attack equal to half that monster's current attack. If it does, that monster current attack is half. That means if you got a monster that can be put in defense position on your turn, you put a defense, you get a second attack after your attack, and then just go for game. I definitely recommend picking this up if absolutely needed. And the last card, I thought about it during the main phase. Quick effect, you target one effect monster your opponent control, take damage equal to that attack. If you do, and if you take damage, return it to the hand. It's a good bounce card. That's mean if you got a card that's like a problematic card, the only thing it does target, that's why it does. If it didn't target, it'd be a lot more broken. If this card's in your graveyard, can base 2 or more. That second part would never come up, but that first one, I would definitely recommend picking this up. That's pretty much it. These are cards I would say to help your Traptrix deck. Mostly, I would go for this one, Parallel Exceed, and maybe Gal Granite. But overall, if this video helped you out, build your Traptrix deck, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know what cards you believe would be great for Traptrix deck, because the structure deck came out by now. It's taking the meta by storm. Hit that like button. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you stay safe out there. I appreciate you. Always make sure that you're using your money wisely. If if you're playing a deck, like Traptrix, and you don't have a lot of money, make sure that you get the most beneficial cards to help you win. And have a great night, everybody. Peace.